Unfollowing the president only after it was exposed of your support for 45 and 47. Unfollowing after you've won the show and gotten your phone back. No, stand on it. Stand in it. So, with that being said, y'all, this is Anonymous T, and let's get it crack-a-lackin'. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous T. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous T Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous T Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at AnonymousRealityT. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we're talking Love Island games, and you're wondering, Anonymous T, what do you mean? We've already talked Love Island games. The show ended last night. But no. We're talking about the after show now, because now we are into the shenanigans of it all, you guys. We are now discussing what is taking place at the Fiji airport. So now that the finale has aired, and I presume we're probably going to get some postseason interviews, some postseason content, and everything else. So I just wanted to give you a little summary of what was taking place, y'all. We've got Mert on the ones and twos, filming Tyreek and Justine or whatever else at the airport. That was interesting, right? Then we have Toby and Tyreek being messy because it seems as though Johnny and Andreina are having some conversations, right? And they're being the trolls that they are, saying this is true love and true love prevails and true love never dies. I'm not buying it. I'm not featuring it, but knowing Johnny and knowing the menacing behavior that he is a part of, I would not be surprised if he is going to continue to pursue this and everything else and try to wear Andreina down. But the thing of it is, she's seen the show. She's seen the episodes. She knows how crazy we're doing. And I have not seen Johnny and Garbi interact at all. Nowhere to be found. Now, what is most interesting, you guys, thus far in the postseason content is everybody loves Garbi all of a sudden. Everybody loves Garbi all of a sudden. They are all doing TikTok videos with her in it and everything else. We've got Sydney. She was doing a TikTok video with Garbi and Andrea, and Nicola tried to get into the video, and then it was weird because Lucinda tried to get in, and I was like, no. We also had another TikTok video with Garbi and Andrea and everything else. We also had one with the caption, and it was on Lucinda's page. And I was like, this is giving damage control. This is giving that I want to flip the narrative and everything else, right? But here was the thing. It said, the caption on Lucinda's TikTok, it said, edited to be rivals, but this was just us every day in the villa. And y'all dancing and hugging on each other to a Nicki Minaj song. But my question is, how were you, quote unquote, edited to be rivals if it was a one-sided beef, Lucinda, on your part? Make it make sense! It was a one-sided beef on your part. You were the one that was fueling the hate train against Garbi and made it seem like Garbi had something against you and made it seem like Garbi was jealous of you. And gaslit a whole situation based off of a bird feeding challenge and turned that all into a whole conspiracy against Garbi. Turned it into a whole thing that she's negative, that she's bitter, that she's jealous of you, she's jealous of your relationship with Kendall. Has anybody found Kendall and Lucinda since the show was ended, y'all? Has anybody found them together? Make it make sense! No, Lucinda, it wasn't a quote-unquote edited to be rivals. It was you were the rival. You were the problem. But you were in a rival. You were in a battle by yourself. You were in a one-sided beef, a one-sided competition with yourself. But now, will you guys believe me when I tell y'all how these Love Island producers do these Islanders and how they set you up every season to hate the Black Islanders? They literally just did this last season with Shelly and Alandria, and y'all fell for it. They did it this season with KK, trying to portray her as a mean girl towards Nicola. And they did it again with Garbi and Lucinda, trying to make Garbi look crazy, trying to make Garbi look like she was the angry black woman. No. And y'all fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker again. Why does Garbi have one of the least amount of followers? She's only got 40,000 followers. Compared to these other Islanders. Why aren't y'all following Garbi? Why aren't y'all? Why are y'all not following her on the Instagrammies and getting her followers up? I see what y'all trying to do. I see how y'all moving. Make it make sense. All of these viewers for the show, all of these fandoms for the show, all of these Stan Wars for the show, and y'all can't give Garbi a follow still to this day, even with all of these Islanders saying, no, we all love Garbi. It was never an issue with Garbi. It was never a problem with Garbi. Garbi's our Barbie. She's beautiful. She's nice. She's sweet. We were never enemies. We never had any issues, even though I talked trash about her behind her back. But we never had any issues. We never had any problems, y'all. Then speaking of winners, let's get to the other winners, Isaiah, y'all. So Isaiah was following 45 and 47, aka the current president, y'all, on his social media platform. There were screenshots everywhere. There was receipts everywhere during the show was airing. And suddenly, now that he has his phone back, he's unfollowed. He has unfollowed the president, you guys. My thing is, why not just stand in it? Why not just stand in it for your support for 45 and 47? We know what it is. We know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But what I also find funny is the fans, now they're aware that the fans are not featuring some of the foolishness of this season. So Tyreek obviously is aware that he's getting dragged for his foolishness in the final challenge, in the final duel. And said that he said, I quote, "I'm back. Love for all the support. Haters suck your mom. Later." No. What? And then Zay is fully aware, you guys, that him and Lucinda are not the preferred winners, especially on the Instagrammies. So nonetheless, there was a comment that said, "Josh and Andrea are the real winners." Josh and Andrea are the real winners. Stand up, people, for real, with a heart emoji. They deserve better. And Zay replied, "They're cool or whatever," with a laughing emoji and a heart. And a heart emoji. Listen, the Love Island fandom has absolutely no chill, y'all. But how are you going to call somebody else the real winners and they didn't even make it to the final? Like, what are we doing on the Instagrammies, right? Y'all weren't rooting for Justine to win? And this is what I'm saying. Like, what are we talking about, right? But nonetheless, I really think Justine and Tyreek could have pulled out this win had Tyreek not been wasting time wrestling with Zay. Get the bags, get to the bag, and put it in your zones. Have somebody try to guard one of those zones and just make sure you filter out those white bags. Like y'all had lost the plot. Y'all only had a couple of minutes, and there was only one round to do it. One round. Now, I did find that interesting. There's still a debate about this. Should there have been 2 or 3 rounds? Or a best of 3 rounds since it was a final? But looking at how winded Justine and Lucinda and Tyreek were from just even this little one round spoke volumes. Spoke absolute volumes. But maybe, I mean, I don't know. Because they looked done after one round. However, all of these other duels for these other eliminations, you had to at least you had to win 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5. So it's very interesting. We get to the final and it's just like, okay, all right, one round of this, one round of that, and we'll see who takes all the marbles. No, but hopefully you guys, they can go back to not voting next season. I really don't want there to be an America vote because it shows time and time again that we're never on the same page when it comes to voting. And we have not been on the same page when it comes to voting when it pertains to Love Island USA for quite some time. For quite some time. Season 6 is an anomaly situation, right? But for quite some time, we've not been on the same page. And I feel like with what happened season 7 and what has happened now with Love Island Games, do not be surprised at who the winners are going to be in future seasons. Now that they know that they can set it up for the okie doke, that the black woman is the angry black woman. She's the one that's the problem. She's the one that's the insecure one. She does not deserve to win. Or they will bait you with bringing in, setting up certain islanders for you to root for and everything else, and then they're going to pull the wool over your eyes and give you a winner that you are not going to be happy with, a winner that you're not going to feel deserves it. And that's how I felt last night. I don't know if any of y'all watched the UK season, but I felt like UK season 10. I felt like UK season 10, the UK fans called it Straight Outta Compton because there was a lot of black islanders that season. And so a white couple had won, but it was a couple that literally did not last that long, literally broke up, was one of the first couples to break up. But Tyreek was on that season as well. And it was so, I just felt like there was just so many parallels that we had so many black islanders. And they were like, no, you're not gonna win this season. We're gonna prop you up. We're gonna use you for all these storylines. We're gonna make sure you're an integral part of this, but we're gonna make sure you don't win either. So there's that. Es todos, es final, es finito, it's the end of this video. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.